Hello DINKUM fans and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special video for you. Today we are collabing with the bestie, April Honey. She is my bestie. She's your bestie. She's a pain sometimes, but we love her. So we decided to do this collab video because it's kind of the first of its kind, really. Like, this is, we're giving you the same build from different perspectives, obviously my perspective and her perspective. So what we are doing is the post office. Now, this was kind of fun because at first we didn't know if the building was going to actually work, because we saw it in the dev menu. So this is like a creative collab build. We're in creative mode. We didn't know if the building was going to actually work because we hadn't seen anything regarding like the post office deed or anything like that. So just kind of out of curiosity, we actually just kind of had the building in a different area of this collab island, and we built it, and lo and behold, it actually did. It took 2 days for it to fully structuralize, and so we were both just flabbergasted by, it actually working. So we're like, we were just kind of chatting and playing at night like we normally do, and we're like, you know what, let's just hit record, see what happens, see what kind of chaos we can cause. And because we got to be chaotic. If you know Cozy Chaos, the shenanigans that April and I get up to on a pretty much a daily basis, right? And so we chose this gingerbread path. I don't know why. We thought it would look cute, and we kind of liked the colors that were in there, but a lot of it was just kind of toying around with what we thought would just kind of be fun and different, and maybe something that you guys hadn't seen before. And in so doing, we managed to create something really, really cute, and I really enjoyed this build so much. And I love building with her. She's just, we have so much fun just kind of shooting the breeze and just wanting to see what kind of fun and silly things we can create. We're obviously trying out some different tile options here, and we were trying to come up with something that would be elegant but also still kind of very city, and just overall a fun and kind of whimsical way of doing a post office. Now, I really love this. I call it a hack because really it's just so amazing. So if you have 2 of those gumwood lampposts, and you have, because normal arches are like 3 to 4 spaces wide, and a lot of times what you're working with doesn't fit in those parameters. So putting those 2 together like that and kind of making a makeshift arch, I think is such a really cute and interesting way to sort of bridge together 2 different design types. Look at our parking lot. Look at our parking lot back there. That is so cute. I love that. we did that in a matter of minutes. Really, it was kind of the first thing that we thought about when we were there. It was just like, parking lot, cool. So this iron cement fence kind of looks like the iron and stone fence from Animal Crossing, which is my favorite fencing. So I use it everywhere on my DINKUM island, probably to the point of excession, but I'm okay with that. I really love the way that it looks. It fits a total city core vibe, and it just offers a I want to say a less obtrusive style, really. It can kind of go with anything that you're doing and anything that you're trying to put together. That's the word, yeah. Words are hard today. So we had to reconfigure some things because at first we were like, oh, do we want it to wrap around? Do we want it to just kind of be secluded like that? She's in the way. She's not moving. She's thinking, what are you doing? I don't even know what she's doing. She was in my way. So I'm like, here I am waiting patiently. She was giving me directions, actually. She was giving me orders. That's the better word. She was giving me orders. And so we were just having a lot of fun. We were being just totally chaotic, and we managed to put together something that I think really kind of bridged our two decorating styles. And that's the fun part about being in a collaboration, right? You have two almost diametrically different decorating styles, but I think when you do it with friends, there's a sense of, having fun, but also understanding each other and knowing each other's design styles really helps in terms of making a collaboration work, because you can have fun, you can be silly, but at the end of the day, you both want to produce something that is going to be in the vein of what you're known for decorating wise. And so it's always so much fun to decorate with her, because she makes it to where you don't feel silly when you're trying to sort of figure out your own decorating style, which I think is super important. The combinations that we have with different planter boxes and hedges, I think, when you're trying to construct a city, you kind of have to think of those smaller sort of nuances that really make building a city important. Like the way that something curves around a corner, or that tiny little detail that maybe nobody else notices, but has to be there in order for it to become a fully recognized design. That is imperative when you're working on a collaboration, because you both obviously have your direction, right, where you want it to go, what you want it to how you want it to operate, right, as and function as an entire island, right? So some really good tips, I think, when doing collaborations is definitely, if you're not familiar enough with each other's decorating styles, have that conversation and be like, okay, how do we want this to look? Give me some ideas. I'll give you ideas, you give me ideas, and we will kind of, meet in the middle. And because when you're doing a collaboration, like, you want both of your decorating styles to be represented, and to have a collaboration partner who is willing to do that. And it's give and take, right? It's like, it's a partnership. And so, making sure that both parties are satisfied, right, with the end result, that is what makes these collaborations so much more fun. And the editing is editing, right? It is something that we are not immune to, right? It is not something that we enjoy for ourselves. But as content creators, it is unfortunately a necessary evil. So when you take 2.5 to 3 hours of footage and you reduce it to a 20-25 minute video, it's also cathartic in a way, right? Because you're reliving the moment, and to be able to kind of reminisce in your own mind while you're editing is pretty cool. Now, these gumwood flag posts are the coolest thing in this update, because on this island we have pretty much used them everywhere, to the point of again, to the point of accession. But they really work in this sort of post office build, because we're trying to create, I think, landmarks, right? We're trying to make portions of this town features, right? That when she does this island tour after it's finished, this is going to be one of those key things that she really focuses on. And I think that is so cool. Being a part of it was so amazing. And I can't wait for you guys to see what this looks like in the daylight. And the building is finally erect, and it is structured. Maybe structured is a better word. And the greenery, and these stalls, and just like I said, these sort of little nuances that people don't always think about. Like, that's her specialty. That is what she is good at. She's good at the finite details, those fine little things to just like kind of push the design over the edge, and to really give it the structure that it needs, and just the overall finishing touch. I mean, that's no better way to put it. Like, that is the important thing. And we discussed what we wanted to kind of put in these open spaces, and we thought the bulletin board was the perfect choice, because after all, it is the post office, so it's the main center of information. And I was just curious what the mailbox actually did. So the mailbox itself, you can actually, it's kind of like having a portable mailbox like in Animal Crossing. And look at that building, friends. It is such a cute structure. And we really went back and forth on what to put in those planter boxes. I think the bushes were the best choice. I think it just added the right amount of color, it added the right amount of texture, and it added an overall sense of finality, right? It offered so much in the way of sort of, again, bringing the space together. And, you know, it's a very, I don't want to say it's a natural island, but like it's the inner designer in us, right? We have to look at the bigger picture, but we also have to kind of look and see what brings the space together. And those Kwangdong trees, I think just that hint of blue amidst all of the green, I think those, and then the red from the red hibiscus bush, those pops of color really, in my opinion, can make or break a build. So the mailboxes are red, so color theory suggests that, you know, grouping like colors together is very pleasing to the eye. And so the post office is very kind of bricky looking. That's why we went with the brick flooring and the bigger bricks for kind of the exterior, and the kind of more brick pattern, smaller brick pattern for the walkway. And when I tell you, we agonized over what we wanted to do with this entry to the post office. Like, we tried so many different options on how to get this arch situation, because we wanted some kind of an arch feature for the door, and it just, nothing was really looking right. So then we had this genius plan to extend it one more space forward and put everything on the level with the building, and to sort of build it from there. And I tell you, it was such a genius move. Like, these angles are seriously unfortunate for me. They are. I'm just, you know, taking pictures because this is what I do. We were just trying to figure out, you know, we were looking at it from different angles to see what would work the best, what would look the best. And that's when we happened upon bringing it one more space forward and making the flags sort of bookend and kind of frame each side of the sides of the building, and then bringing that up to the front of the building, to the actual front of the building. It gave us the space that we needed, and it gave us that sense of completion. That was the missing feature, right? When I tell you we agonized over it for about a good hour before we decided that would be the final touch that we needed in order to make this build complete. And I just cheekily put that there. But after you guys see what it looks like all together, that vase was perfectly placed. Like, I gave myself the biggest pat on the back for that, because it, it came together, and it was something that we had a lot of fun doing, and we are definitely going to do more in the way of that. And the arch fit perfectly right over the door. Even from a distance, you could tell that it was lined up with the door and not with the building. And that's crucial as well. Just kind of keeping all of that in the back of your mind. I tell you what, guys, go check out her side of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I will see you on the next video.